everyone, my name is Benjamin Milks and I'm here to show off some of the Power BI creations I've made in the past. Um, this one is one of my favorites. In 2024, I did a Dynasty Fantasy Football League with 11 of my friends from college, and how we determined who got each player was by an auction system where every player is available and then they go up for bid, and then whoever bids the highest, um, the bid goes for 24 hours, and then if no one beats it, then that comes out of your $1,000 spending limit. And so um, it was a really interesting way to um, start a league. I had only ever done redraft before, and so it was an exciting new thing to do with my friends who were all new to Dynasty also. And so um, the website there tracked all of the bids, and so I decided that I wanted to make a dashboard to show my friends so that we could talk about it and like see who stole players from who. And so I think there was a lot to learn. So basically, here it shows the player name, the NFL team he was on in 2024, his position, the which of my friends won the bid, and how much they had to pay to get the player. So Aaron Jones was a relatively cheap player, but if we go look at one player I ended up with, Jamar Chase, we can see that it was definitely more expensive. And so the y-axis is the cost of the bid, and then the x-axis is historical bid number. The website gave the data in a weird way where it counted the most recent bid as one and counted up. And so I think if I was doing this again today, I would have just created a new variable that would just be like, just figure out what the highest historical bid number was, and then subtract the historical bid number on here, like say this one is 1907 and say the highest was 2500, and have this labeled as roughly 600 because um, it's important that the bids go up as time goes on, but it is a little misleading to see that the first bid was 2368 and the last bid was 1894, and that's not intuitive, but I was just trying to show my friends and I explained that. So it's really cool. You drop down, you type in any player that um, you wanted, and so you can see who bid. They have different colors, um, and so I also had a page where you could just see who was willing to bid the most on each category of player and by team. And so a lot of people didn't like Carolina Panthers, but the Cincinnati Bengals were a huge hit. Um, and so another thing I liked was if you didn't want to look at it holistically by player, you could like look at it by uh, fantasy bid, fantasy owner, and then like you could see which running backs and how much I was willing to bid, and so you can go and these are all of the running backs I bid on. I ended up getting Brees Hall, not Bijan. That probably wasn't the greatest idea, but you can just go and learn through. And if you instead want to look at it by team, um, I tried for 5 different Kansas City Chiefs, but you can do anyone else. John only bid for one Kansas City Chief. he's from Indiana, so he's not as big of a Chiefs fan as me, and so um, this is just the um, bids data, and then auctions one is how I got the other piece of data I displayed, and so it just the date time didn't really matter, but the price, owner, position, team, and name was important for my display. And so that's my Dynasty Fantasy Football Power BI. Thank you.